Oh my god, time for a new blog. Today is the 15th of April, and yes, I did get my new desktop in. It is very sexy, and I love it very much. It is actually right next to me. Let me see if you guys can see it. There is me monitor, as you guys can see. And this is my laptop. Laptop. It's actually kind of cool, because now I don't have to play Runescape ever again using my laptop, unless, it's mobile, but I can just play it on my desktop. So I can do all my other shit that I need to do on my laptop, and then right beside me, I can play in full screen. And, this is actually really good, because I haven't played RuneScape in full screen more than probably an hour. Probably never. So I just, got done filming the weekly news video on my main channel. Like I said, I would make. I told you guys yesterday I would make it for today, and I wasn't filming it on my new desktop, but I was just playing RuneScape while it was rendering like a few moments ago. So it's really cool, because when you render a movie in Sony Vegas, it's a CPU hog, and you can be on RuneScape, but RuneScape will literally fuck itself in the ass. So therefore, on my desktop, I can play RuneScape, and I can render videos on here, and I can do other shit on here. So the only thing on my desktop's going to be used for is playing, games and stuff like that. It's just for gaming. Like I said before, I've been called an asshole because some people are less fortunate. If you don't have, if you are unable to get two desktops, then you can always be a prostitute. Actually, I'm just fucking around. Just save up money. But actually, I got a good way to make money, I will tell you at the end of this video. But the first thing I want to blog about is mainly, right now, I'm 594k until 93 smithing. So I have reached the halfway point, and I have 64,000 gold ore left in my bank. So that will roughly maybe be like 2 weeks-ish. If I do 5k a day, about, around like 2 weeks, but probably won't, might be longer, but my goal is to have the 99 before July 4th. That's just my goal. Just, something I want it before July 4th. It would be awesome if I could get it, in the beginning of June, but oh well, shit may happen. Like I said before, I need mine another like 55k gold ore, and that could take, some time. But motivation is high because I have my new desktop. Oh my god, living rock caverns is going to look so amazing with full screen on RuneScape. But some other shit, I made the weekly news video, like I said I would, just basically going over some updates and stuff like that. Another thing that I'm going to be doing is I need to buy a new webcam, and actually going to probably buy like a different angle, because like the webcam I'm using right now, it's kind of just, it's limited, and it's kind of old, It kind of makes my ghost look kind of ghostly, or my face look kind of ghostly, as you guys can see, but it's really just, the webcam itself. But I would actually like to buy one, so you guys can see both of my computers and shit like that. But, it's kind of really cool, because I play other, online games and stuff like that. RuneScape is not the only one. But mainly client games, not really online, more or less just client games. Like, for example, one game is actually kind of cheesy. It's The Sims, but sometimes I actually do fucking with my characters. Like, you put them in a room and you take away the toilet and you box them in, then you just push the fast forward, and you see them running around screaming, saying there's no toilet, and they shit and piss everywhere. I find that kind of funny. But now, on one computer can be used for talking over the mic to people and stuff like that, and then just this desktop is just going to be used for just gaming. So the main problem I had with being in full screen is when I would talk to people over the mic, or when I would be on YouTube, or when I would do things, it wouldn't work out. But now, that problem is solved. It only costs $1,500, but it's solved. One last thing that I want to talk about is basically, I actually want to say this before I read off some questions, is basically, how you guys can make easy money. And, I told this to a couple people, and they actually kind of laughed at me, but I actually don't really think it's kind of funny. When I was in high school, I had a friend, and he literally asked every single person he saw. So just when I went to high school, our classes was like between 20 and about 30 people. That's how big our classes was. Some classes nowadays, I think they have like fucking 40 people. That's like that's kind of big, but it really depends what type of high school you go to. But anyways, he asked every single person he saw for a quarter. Every single person he saw, he said, "Hey, do you have a quarter?" Just for a bullshit excuse. "Hey, do you have a quarter?" And you make a phone call. "Hey, do you have a quarter?" If you go up to a person and say, "Hey, do you have a dollar that I can have?" A dollar towards a person is a lot more than a quarter. But if somebody has a whole bunch of loose change, me personally, I kind of like getting rid of my change. Me personally, I normally, in my car, I have this just section where I just dump change in there. Then whenever I go through, KFC drive-thru or McDonald's drive-thru, I pay in quarters. Even though that kind of looks kind of weird by me driving a Jaguar and paying in change. But I really don't give a fuck. But anyways, alright, the point of the story is that he asked every single person that for a quarter. At the end of the week, he made a ridiculous amount of money. He made something like $80 at the end of the week just by asking every single person he saw for a quarter. And it's actually not that bad worth of money. So you think about it, if you make $80 a week doing that and you're a high school student, at the end of the month you can clearly have over $300. So in roughly about, a couple months, you can buy a good-looking, desktop for like around $1,500 or something. But that's just, one way you can get money. Kind of easy. Which brings me to another point of like, when you see homeless people out on the street, and, yeah, it's sad, you see them, they're homeless and stuff, but I guarantee that some of them make more than minimum wage people working at KFC or McDonald's. Because minimum wage in my state is $8 an hour. But if you really think about it, how many people give them loose change, give them $5 bills, $10 bills in an hour? So roughly, they just have to stand out there for maybe a couple hours and they can make over $100 easily. See what I'm saying? But if you guys want to make kind of easy money, hey, why not ask every single person you see for a quarter? It might work, it might not work. You got nothing to lose. What's the worst that can happen? They say no. See what I'm saying? And then you're down a quarter, and then you go on to the next person. But me personally, I don't normally like doing that. But my friend was kind of a raunchy cheapskate, and yeah, but he made $80 in a week just by asking people for money, and that is actually kind of good money. Well, actually, that's fucking horrible for the entire week, but for a high school student, that is maybe okay. Alright, now I gotta read off some questions from you guys. First question: Hey, I got my fire cape last night. Will you ever attempt a fire cape? I think it would make it a funny vid. I think people would enjoy it. RS name: X Park in Sun X. So it's just X. It's XPARKINSONX. Like I said before, I'm horrible with names. But fire cape, yes, I do want to do the video. But here's the problem with a fire cape video, is that I don't want to make a goddamn fire cape video of me just, it will be stupid by me making a 10-minute video when to get the cape it takes over 2 hours. So therefore, to make the video efficiently, I would start the video while I'm at JAD, and then I would start recording. So right when I get to JAD, it takes about 2 hours. So therefore, I have to allow myself 2 hours of time. And to be honest, guys, I really just don't have the time right now to put, 2 solid hours into it. Sorry. But in the future, yes, I will make a fire cape video. It just, you guys gotta give me some time. Because, that is actually kind of like time consuming. Next question. Hey Nightmare, Regan here. X space IV IAD space PK space X. I am combat level 137 and have around a 400 mil bank. I've tried merchanting many times, but it never seems to work. I just end up losing moolah, or money he puts. I say moolah, but he says money. Have you got any little tips you can give me a hand? Cheers, Reagan. Reagan, the only tips I can really say is if you're losing a lot of money, I'm not really sure what you're doing. You might be buying a whole bunch of items. Try just with one item. So, for example, buy one item and then see how it goes. Don't buy don't spend all your money. Just spend a little portion of it, and then work with that little portion. Spend maybe like 20 mil into one item, and then work from there. Don't dump all your money into there. Don't. Because then that sucks if you lose everything. But anyways, guys, that's really all I got to blog about today. I'll probably be on RuneScape for a few. Check out my new video on my main channel, and leave your nasty or little comments if you have any. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already done so. I will see you motherfuckers tomorrow. Have a good night.